Well, I have to say, that was absolutely fantastic from Celtic today. That was absolutely fantastic. Paul Emmerich, my throat is completely done from singing at the game. All on live. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. My throat is killing me. 1-0, we'll take that. Can't he stop laughing, says Paul. Ryan, what will it be like with the full squad back? This is true. What will it be like when we've got a full squad? I think Brendan said that before the game. Brendan did say that. Let's just see if that's cut up. Let's just do that and go back over to here. Right, there is only 28 people online. Make sure you get online and share this on Twitter. Make sure you get as many people on as we can. And I might even get somebody else on the video because my throat is killing me. Absolutely killing me. I hope you... All right, Baz, John, that was 1-1 for that pew. I was confident before the game. When we seen the team come out, I'll be honest, the people are saying that the picture is squint, but it's not. It's the way the camera's sitting. Boo! I'm going to let you listen to Michael Beale as well. What a beautiful Sunday. Lorna, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Thumbs up given. What a tremendous day, says Owen. Where do you start? Where do we start? I think the first thing we need to do is I'm going to plug the earphones in and we're going to listen to a bit of Beale's Belly because Beale's Belly is rumbling. Beale's Belly is rumbling and my throat is killing me. My throat is absolutely killing me. So I'm going to let you listen to this purely for the banter. Because let's face it, they're done.
Thoughts on that game today?
Well, the derby game is for winning. So in terms of performance, the most important thing in the derby game is winning. I think we started the game well. We obviously had a goal offside really quickly, and then I think that it's a harsh VAR call.
Dry your eyes, mate.
Because Cyril's planted his foot on the floor. And the guy's kicked into the back of him, so I think it's
he's
really
not kicked
harsh.
into the back of him. Look, VAR done it.
There's a lot of football to be played.
A lot of football to be played.
A really poor goal from an error. And the second half, we pushed and we had opportunities, more opportunities than Celtic to get a result. And
Celtic,
we didn't.
more opportunities than Celtic.
And we'll have to go away and come back a lot stronger in the coming months.
Months. Do you know what? And I mean, I'm not the best at speaking, but Jesus, months.
To win behind at the break after having those opportunities in the first half, like you touched on.
Yeah, because it's from a nothing moment. It's
from a nothing moment.
It's not a great header, and we don't get up as a team. I felt at times first half we were a little bit deep. We rectified that at half time, and
Bill must stay.
Really,
says Lorna.
Really poor goal.
Bill must
legislate stay. For us.
Can't legislate for that.
Happening.
You just can't legislate for it happening.
Opened up. You've actually opened yourself up, and it's bitterly frustrating, and it's not good enough because ultimately it cost us the 3 points today.
At the other end, there were chances too, and did keep
it's not just Beale's mole that's getting bigger. Beale's belly's getting bigger. There's now going to be a thing called Beale's belly versus Beale's mole. Anyway, let's see what he had to say.
Yeah, and listen, in a game where you have as much possession and dominance as we had second half.
Dominance, but mate, Beale's belly and Beale's mole needs to have a think. We had 75% possession in the first half, but he thinks that they seem to manage high time. He seems to think that they dominated the game.
The goal, certainly here at home with our fans behind us, they supported us all.
Fans behind you, they booed for the best part of the second half, mate. What game are you watching? Did you hear them? Did you hear them? Did you hear them boo for most of the match, most of the second half? What about when you made the changes? When you made the changes, they booed you for making the changes. Anyway, let's listen more.
They through the game and pushed us. The team did push, but we lacked the quality on their last final pass and shot, and we got in front of their goalie and had enough of.
We lacked quality. He's spent about 13 million player, and he's lucky. Let's face it, he's lucky because he almost spent the same as what Celtic spent. And let's remember last year he said, yeah, that's Beale, or no, it's Beale's belly speaking, not Beale's mole. It's Beale's belly because if bag of cans, Baz, says John. I don't know what game he was watching because the fans weren't behind them. They were booing the team, and he's just admitted that they lacked quality. He spent £13 million on players, and he's admitted that they lacked quality.
Opportunities to score goals today.
And it obviously is into an international break now. How do you go about picking this group up and moving forward once the games are back after the break?
She actually sounds like she's going to burst into tears. She actually sounds like she's actually going to burst into tears crying. I feel sorry for her. She actually, listen to her again. Well, I'm just going to go back a little bit. She actually...
Once the games are back after the break?
Well, it gives us 2 weeks to work as a group, that's for sure. It gives as a group.
Wait, let's go back.
Games are back after the break?
Go.
And it obviously is into an international break now. How do you go about picking this group up and moving forward once the games are back after the break?
Well, it gives us 2 weeks.
She sounds like she's about to burst into tears crying.
2 weeks to work a little bit more on our connections and relationships, but
Our connections and our relationships. That's a bit
of the week.
We need to work on our connections and our relationships. Ooh. What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? Anyway, let's get more on Beale's
need to go and have a right good look in the mirror, and so are the players.
He's going to have to have a good look in the mirror. He's going to have to have a look in the mirror and see what we're going to get on it Celtic in a minute. Don't worry, Celtic fans.
This week.
Then that's it. That's Beale's Mo. Beale's belly had his say. And let's face it, we... I heard her say, Beale, get the fuck. Oh my goodness. Let's go back. Welcome, comrade. Before the game, I was confident. And I did say it would be 2-1 yesterday. And it's the first time that VAR's probably worked for us in the game. But we're not talking about VAR because, let's face it, the first half, we 75% possession in the first half. You're as happy as me, but as you can see how excited you get on. it's absolutely horse. We had 75% possession. The second half, we knew that they would change tactics. If you looked at the first half of the game, the reason that we controlled it so well, they were sitting well back on their defence, right? So their defence is sitting back. Their midfield was scared to go over the halfway line, and then they were counting on the front three to try and push against our defence, which allowed Callum McGregor to get a free rein. Some of the guys in the pub were saying that they didn't think that Turnbull had a good game, but there was a couple of moments in the game where Turnbull slowed the game down and he made the right pass at the right time. There was one time when when Dyson got floored on the pitch and on the wing, and Turnbull was ready to turn and pass it, but he realised, he seen at the corner of his eye that Dyson was on the pitch, so he slowed the ball down and gave it to Callum. You know, and that type of thing in a football brain is absolutely brilliant. I thought that when you look back at the way that, if you look back to the training videos that Celtic put out during the week, we played exactly like we did in training, and I did ask that of the team. I did say that. I said, look, I said on I think it was YouTube or Facebook, I said, why don't they play like that at the weekends? They did this weekend. They played exactly like that, the way that they do in training, which was fantastic. Right, there is some, obviously, I don't know if you heard, but obviously Scott Brown lost his job today, which is a bit disappointing because we have put a couple of players down on loan to Scott. So it's football management. He'll know that he's got to take it on the chin. And I hope Scott Brown doesn't get the Hibs jobs, because I think the Hibs job would just send his career backwards. I definitely don't want Scott Brown going anywhere near the Hibs job. That's all I want to say about that. You should see Glasgow every boozer except there's a jumping. 5 minutes tanning vid was good. The 5 minute training video was good. To be honest, I wasn't confident, says Stuart. Let's get some banners up. I could delete that one because we all know the Champions League fixtures. We're now put that one up. And yes, we absolutely we owned that first half. Push Scales out to left back. Once Phillips is back. Yeah, right. Someone said yesterday, and I kind of dismissed them, and I apologise. Because it turns out that there might be something in it that Phillips got injured in training. What's going on at Celtic with all the injuries in training? Because it has to be something that let's talk about the game. Let's not talk about things. Go on, Celtic, your dancer. Yep, Carmack was class, says Billy. He ran that first show quality. He did. And it shows you how teams have been marking him. And I did say that they wouldn't play the same as a lot of other teams. They wouldn't play where they're going to sit back. Although they did sit back, their defence was really deep. Their defence was really deep. And the way that Kyogo got his goal was because their defence actually... Rambo, I apologise to you for that, because I did kind of dismiss you when you said that Phillips was injured in training. And I put my hands up on air. I did kind of dismiss it a bit because I didn't believe it, because we've all seen the videos of him training. But you were right, mate. You were right. So there we go. There we go. You should always listen to the listeners. The listeners are always right. The Onion Bears have cancelled their Orange Square celebrations. They were not going to have celebrations today if they won. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they were, weren't they? Afternoon, Barras, great team performances. Stuart, get in your dancer. Ohm should be given a chance in front of Turnbull. Let's not talk about players that we don't think played well today, because I personally think that everyone played their part. The passing was crisp. The passing was to the point for Celtic. It was one touch pass, and it was absolutely fantastic. We controlled the speed of the game as well. The Onion Bears are wanting their allocation reduced. Yet the Onion Bears, it's breaking news. The Onion Bears are wanting allocation reduced for their own fans that booed them 2 matches in a row. So anyway, right, let's get to some of the Celtic news and see what Brendan Rodgers and Chris Sutton had to say. I can't see the video of Chris Sutton because I'm out. I don't even know what my... Brendan Rodgers picks out the warrior and Liam Scales after the win. Brendan Rodgers has hailed his Celtics side for securing a huge 3 points in the opening Glasgow derby of the season. The champions defeated Rangers at Ibrox to a Kyogo goal, first half strike that ultimately proved the difference. I thought Kyogo was unlucky with the first chance he had. I thought Kyogo any other time would bury that, but you never give up on Kyogo. Rodgers was delighted, absolutely delighted how his side approached this difficult fixture with no away fans, remember? No away fans whatsoever. It was good to see them walking out. And I hope you enjoyed the video that we did down in Paris Points. Brendan Rodgers told Sky Sports, he says, "It is a brilliant win for us. I said to the players before the game, you have to come here and play like a man." He says, even though we have a young group of players, we're here with 50,000 fans against you. You have to show courage. You have to play like a man. You have to boss this ground. And that's what we did. Our first half football was excellent, says Brendan Rodgers. It broke down a little bit in the final third with a fraction more quality and finesse and a late pass. We could finish them off in the first half. The second half is what you would expect from them on their own turf. You expect them to come out, being at home under pressure to get a result from their own fans. We showed resilience, says the manager, Brendan Rodgers. We had a big 3 moments and we could have finished the game off, but we didn't. It becomes tighter and we didn't take our chances. I'm so happy for the players. The first big result that they've had together. We've had half a team virtually not available. Remember that. We've had half a team not available, said Brendan. It says, for the new guys to feel that win like that is a great day for us. Liam Scales, Brendan Rodgers says, was an absolute standout for Celtic, and he backed him. He says, the former Aberdeen loanee, he says, the defender, he was outstanding. Liam is a guy that spent a lot of time outside the club, but what I can rely on with him, that he's a warrior, and he stood up to it when he's been asked. He won headers, he was brave, and that's all you need to be at the time. He says, I thought he was magnificent today. He's a really good guy and he wants to play games. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, says Brendan Rodgers. Tell me your thoughts on that. He was absolutely... We need a few spanners today, boys. The zombies on the way back under the rocks. Is there zombies in the house? I've not even been watching. Who is in the house? Who's on? Paul Baird's on, so... Grampian boys, Lorna. I'm going to get a minute. Let me go into the live on this. And... There we go. Wait. Where is it? Lorna. Here we go. If there isn't anyone else on, there's more there. Lorna, you're on Zombie Watch. Just to let you know. You have the spanner. No need. I'm saying, Vaz. Oh, there's no need. There's no need for the spanners. All right. Yeah, there is no need because you're not going to get any of them coming on today. I should actually just made it so that you don't have to subscribe. Anyway, talking about subscribers, we do need, right, and I never usually ask for people to subscribe, but I'm going to today because we're sitting at 12,944 subscribers. I want to get 56 subscribers in the next day or so we can hit 13,000 subscribers, just for a bit of a banter and just to show that we are growing even more. And they're stuck. And the fact that we're going to an international break this weekend, we're top of the league, looking down on the Rangers. Yeah, I wouldn't be worrying about zombies today. Let's face it. Come up to my place. Yep, come up to my place. It's live. Hail, hail. That's it. Come up to my place. Oh, my throat is absolutely killing me. Right, let's see what other news there is kicking about this afternoon. Rogers talks about Liam Scales. Musa Dembele weighs in following Celtic. Liam Scales, a warrior. Absolute warrior. How do you think that Yang did? I thought he did okay when he came on. Let me just see. Gustav is adamant that are they now going on about the fact that the Gustav moment wasn't give us back the Broomland. Yeah, give us back the Broomland. Give us back the Broomland. So let the people sing. Let the people sing. Right. Yes, Baz. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Says Billy. Right. Scales was immense today. Joe Hart has been getting so much stick. You're right. You're absolutely right, James. Joe Hart's been getting a lot of stick. And I think the difference to Joe Hart's game, he went back to being a proper keeper. His kicking out's terrible. But if you watched the video this morning, we can now understand why we didn't go for the Croatian keeper, because Brendan Rodgers wants to bring in the young Liverpool keeper, Keeler. So that looks as if it might happen either Christmas or next season for definite. I bet you, Baz, the sore throat is worth it. It is, Patricia. It is absolutely worth it. The pub was absolutely bouncing. I was confident before the game. I didn't think that we would do it this morning. I really did think we would. When the team came in, I got a bit nervous. And I thought, do you know what? It's about people standing up and the players that were asked to stand up. The fact that, we finally got a VAR for it. The fact that it was the exact same team as last week. The fact that team played completely different. When you look at the videos on Celtic TV on YouTube over the past week, they've been doing some training videos and they put training videos out, and it was all one touch pass. And people have been saying that, Brendan Rodgers slows the game down, doesn't play the same as Ange. Right, when Ange played and Hart played, he gave everyone heart failure. Now, it was interesting to see today that Rangers tried to play the way that Ange Postecoglou played last season. They tried to get the keeper to sit back and pass out to the defenders. And let's face it, it was an absolute... And the man, our keeper can't play like that. Our keeper is 36-year-old. He's played as a keeper all his life, and keepers play in a certain way, and it's making sure that they get the ball out. This passing it to the side, and Joe Hart's not any good at it. Let's face it. It's so delicious to shut them up at Ibrox. There's no better feeling. Tam, the fact that you see the rage in their fans after the game, shouting at our players to get off the pitch, telling them to get off the pitch. That was the ones that was left, of course. There was probably only about 100 left. And the booing from their own fans. Zombie-free zone tonight. Yeah, it is a zombie-free zone. And there will be a live tomorrow night as well. And I'm just going to keep the channel going the way it's going. My throat is actually going to die. I'll be lucky to do half an hour. Scales played well. Yes. Right, tell me who... I know Scales got man of the match. Tell me who you think was an outstanding player today, because I think there were so many personally. For me, the two in defence played absolutely brilliant. The booing wasn't for them, it was for us. Scales was absolutely brilliant. O'Reilly did what I said he would do. I said if O'Reilly plays, he'll play that box-to-box thing. He sort of menaced up in midfield. Kalmack was brilliant. Kalmack got time on the ball. Baz, they were actually shouting at their own players to get off. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Hun tears. This is Hun blood. It's not. Wouldn't drink that if I even offered it. Maida was a terrier. I thought Maida could have got. I thought Dyson, to be honest, I thought Dyson could have been. I feel like Tony the Tiger. It's great. Oh, that's not even funny. Sorry. O'Reilly was a star all day. Do you think O'Reilly got a lift? When a club like Celtic don't sell you for £10 million, do you think it gave O'Reilly a massive boost? Because let's face it, in the past, if an offer came in for someone that we bought for next to nothing, if an offer came in for, no, it's not Buckfast, it's wine. Jesus. It's real wine, not your tonic. Taylor had a not bad game, yep, and it was he had a couple of right bad tackles against them. So yeah, let's get back to O'Reilly. Do you think that O'Reilly having been offered that new contract? No, he's not been offered the contract. My head's just gone. O'Reilly broke up a lot of the play today. Yes, the offer that came in for O'Reilly from down south. Celtic would bite their hands off all day long. Celtic would normally bite their hands off. Keeping O'Reilly, do you think that give him a massive boost and that'll take his game to the next level? I think it's moments like that in a player's career that takes you from being just on the sort of mediocre level to a really good football player. And I think this might be the moment where Matt O'Reilly just settles down, and then and moves on as a player. I think he just become absolutely phenomenal for us. Absolutely phenomenal. Right, fans cheered when their goal was disallowed. Their own fans. He wants to play the Champions League, but of course he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. And all the players that are at Celtic now want to play in the Champions League. And it's funny that Haksabanovic could have been playing in the Champions League, but he spat his dummy out in public and had a spat, and he got shown the door and sent down to Stoke. The board must be biting their nails to see O'Reilly. This one today was absolutely a must win, and we pulled it off. I said that, I said it's at the minimum, the bare minimum was a draw today. And I did say 2-1. But I'll take 1-0 all day long. I've still got it written here. I did say 2-1. They had the chance of a goal, and gladly it was offside. But then again, we should have scored. We should have been at least 2-0 the first half. I would have thought. You're right, Stuart. We need O'Reilly for our system to work well. I think, where does that leave O'Reilly when Paulo comes into the team? Because he's going to play in a similar position. I think the one player that might get left out would be Turnbull. Fair play to the lads for keeping a clean sheet. But when CCV come back and Phillips, as soon as Phillips will be back before Cameron Carter-Vickers. Hopefully the injury that he's got is nothing too bad. Because let's face it, we've only got Phillips until January. Golson wanted to square go with the Mongo and was giving him abuse. You're kidding on. You did not. Anyway, let's see if we can get some more banter. Purely. Come on, Sevco, give us a laugh. Cigars out for the champions. My God, there was actually a Celtic supporter inside the ground at Ibrox today. No way. Is that Ibrox? Nah, I don't think it is. Anyway, let's go back and see if we can get some banter year stuff from the Sevconians. And what about, Cantwell? Right? I'm going to have to talk about him, because what was that silly little blue ribbon he had in the back of his hair? What was it? He bloody did. Well, you're having a laugh. So they're even now fighting with their own fans. This is brilliant. Play Turnbull to get offers in for him. Says Yogi Boy. Right, let me just find the Sevconians. Because surely nobody else wants to talk to their media. Here we go. Right, let's guess what is the first word that Tavernier says after the game.
James, how did you reflect on that performance today?
Really disappointed.
Disappointing. He says it all the time. He says it all the time. That's his first word. I'm actually going to do a montage of for the banter years video section on this channel, and the montage is going to be James Tavernier saying disappointing. Let's just listen to that
James, how
again.
did you reflect on that performance today?
Really disappointed. Didn't get the result that we wanted. Obviously, the goal that conceded. It's off nothing and it's poor, and we weren't clinical enough. So it's disappointing.
Disappointing again.
It's early in the season, so we as players have to put it right.
Yeah, was the timing of that goal frustrating too, given just going in at the break behind?
Yeah.
She sounds like she's going to bust out crying, doesn't she? She sounds like she's like, we got beat by Celtic.
Obviously, it came just before half time. We obviously changed things at half time, and I thought we were more. We hit the ball quite a lot in the second half, but we weren't clinical enough in the final third.
What do you feel you need to build on as a squad moving forward from this now? Is it a case of being more clinical and taking those chances?
Yeah, we've got to win games. Simple as that.
And it's obviously into the international break now. How do you pick yourselves up over this period before the start of the league again after that break?
Well, hopefully all the international lads going away can come back, fit and safe. And
fit and safe.
It's down to us boys who are still here to work really hard and put things right.
Fit and safe. Hopefully all the international lads can come back fit and safe. What, they're going to war zones? Oh my God. Right. Been on for 26 minutes. They're madness. Absolute madness. Damn, that's embarrassing. Yep. You've got to admit, it is comedy gold coming from that side. Actually, the tears on her that's doing the interview, you can almost hear them. You can almost hear her crying. Right, we need 52 subscribers in the next day. I want to get to 13,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe. You need to subscribe to be able to talk on the live streams. So that's, she sounds like candidate for Swiss Clinic. Oh my goodness! Right, what is Stuart saying? Chris, even the dog's loving it. Enjoying that result. Enjoying that. Right, Chris Boyd is never a positive comment to say about Celtic game. No, he's never a positive comment. Scales man of the match. Yeah, it says it all. Scales man of the match. Patricia Voice says we could have competition. See how many times to say disappointed. We could have a competition. I think that's better that we just do a little montage for them for the comedy gold for the banter years section of the channel. Baz asked after the St Johnstone game if there was any positives. I said a clean sheet and keep them coming. Yes, Fighting Irish, you did. I said there was that positive, and the fact that we went in with the exact same day today. Lenny was golden on the skybox. He didn't look at Boyd once. When you look at the fact that it was the exact same team as last week, and the fact it's all about formations. It's all about formations and the way that away teams play. Away teams are probably going to sit back a lot more against us now, and it's about us breaking that down. Now, when you've seen the way that we played today, with the sort of one-touch pass and really fast movement of the play, that's the way that Brendan wants us to play. That's the way that Brendan got us playing the first time round. This whole one-touch pass, fast playing football. People saying that Brendan doesn't play fast attacking football. Well, what do you think today? Where's all the Brendan haters today? And I know there's a lot of people who didn't want him back, and a lot of people sort of against him. But let's face it, with a really what was that Onion Bears tifo about? Anyway, who cares? Brendan always forgiven, says sure. What I want to actually say is I spoke about it in the pub earlier, and we've got 5 first-team players missing from last season. And this is 5 first-team regulars, and 2 of them are defenders. So Brendan's had his back against the wall right for the start. And today, he proved, people are saying he's not a top-grade manager. Well, if he's not a top-grade manager, he managed to get the Celtic team with a dodgy defence and not the best first team to actually dominate the first half. And let's face it, Brendan Rodgers dodged a bullet. A draw, we would have the Huns and meltdown. He didn't dodge a bullet today. I think what he did is he motivated the players to be men, and that's what he said before the game. This is the game that you have to be men, Brendan said. I'll go back and I'll read what he said. Brendan talking about the game, he said he was decided. Brilliant win. He says, even with a very young group of players. Now, remember the live that we did? I'm going to talk about that. He also talks about the fact that you're playing in front of 50,000 fans, no away fans. He says you have to show some courage. He says we have a very young group of players. Now, we spoke about this. We spoke about the Martin O'Neill team. The average age of the Martin O'Neill team was 29. Right, Stephen, enjoy your beer. Martin O'Neill team, the average age of that was 29. Rodgers, the first time round, the average age of his team was 25, 26. The average age of the current team is 23. 23. It's probably down to 22 now, considering we've just brought in about 9 players. Yeah, it's probably around about 22, 21 is the average age of our team. Going forward, if we can if we're going to dominate the league, if we can win the league with this team, we can win the league for the next 2 or 3 years with this team. And that's why Brendan Rodgers will stay. He knows that he's building something for the future, as long as we don't sell the players. Great result without Hatate, Cameron Vickers, and Rocky. Exactly. It's an absolutely fantastic result. It's 21. The average age of the team is 21, says Edward. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable young team. It's younger than the team that set us on the way to 9 in a row the first time round. Absolutely brilliant. Brendan's winner, Kilmer and Michael Beale come up with sack tomorrow. I don't think he'll get sacked tomorrow. They'll keep him. They can't afford to sack him. They've got him on such a long contract, and then it's who did they bring in? You can't bring in somebody at this stage like what Hibs have done. I think Hibs will probably go for Scott Brown, which I think would be the worst move that Scott can do for his career. Right now is go to Hibs as a young manager. Brendan's tactics won us the game. Beale will be gone by Christmas. I don't care about what happens to them. I mean, all respects to them, I don't mean that in a nasty way, but I don't care about. I think we just focused on what is good about us. Soccer scoreboard. Bringing Scott Brown as a coach, that could be an interesting one. But is there room for him at Celtic just now with the amount of coaches that we've got? It would be good for him to work with Brendan. It's the real Rangers phoning, exactly. I think it would be interesting for Scott Brown to come in and work with Brendan. He would probably like that, but he wants to do his own thing. Sterling was short-changed today. I'm surprised that none of the recent emergency signings were in. That's not panicking. Yeah, Brendan showed his experience as a manager today, and that is it. He put trust in the players that, and Lovett says, you forgot Palmer, Roberto, Phillips, Awata. The amount of players that can't even get. We're going to have a fantastic squad, and I think if we can get going forward this season, it's all about winning the league, winning the Scottish Cup, because the Scottish Cup's the one you want to win as well. Let's face it, because it's the last game of the season, and there's nothing better as a fan to go to the Scottish Cup. It was on the 3rd of June this year. And then that's you done for the summer. Lifting the cup and being all happy, and then the excitement of just chilling out for about 4 or 5 weeks till Celtic get into pre-season, and then we start again. But we've got a long, long season before we even think about that. I think the ultimate thing that we have to do in the next couple of months, the main objective has to be finishing 3rd in the Champions League. That is paramount. We finished 3rd in the Champions League. We dropped down. Joseph Agnew says we took our chances. The players, we need to pass when look. How good was Scales today? It was fantastic. People saying we took our chances, and when you look at the training, see when Celtic put these training videos out, the ones at Lennoxtown, study them, right? Study them, because it's going to let you know how Celtic are going to play going forward. And they did exactly what they did on the training pitch. They did that today. It was little groups of players tight in. Rangers players are coming in tight on us, and we're passing about Pass them. That's what they do in training, and it's one touch pass. Move the ball fast. Don't let them get a chance to get near the ball. And that's what we did today. And people saying that he's not a good manager, he proved his worth today. Absolutely proved his worth. Tamak says, my son just showed me the full-time result. Fans spitting nailed. Right. We need to speak about this. Because once again, there was objects thrown on the pitch at our goalkeeper. Now, we're all saying about bringing back the full allocation, but once again, Joe Hart had to hand something to the referee because it was thrown onto the pitch. Is it time something's done about that ground? Is it time something's done about that fan base? Because let's face it, this is happening all too often. Celtic refused tickets for that ground due to safety features, right? Due to safety. Lennon and Brownie for Hibs. I hope not. But then you could be in a shout with that. Is it a safe ground? Should something be done about the fact that it was a clipper lighter? It looked a bit bigger than a clipper lighter. It was more like a vape. It was a vape that was thrown. And they're animals. They're absolute animals. Our boys in the squad try to get to Wee Jimmy's and Cowan Beef. Wee Jimmy's is it's not a pub you want to go to. That's all I'm saying. Lorna on Spencer today. Don't think we need it. Yes, Lorna's on the spanner today, but we'll not need it today. Great result with the makeshift team. Manager earned his coin today. Did that. Golson was raging with the zombies. Good. And we'll have to talk about the big thing. The big thing that was in the stadium today was Beale's belly. It was the biggest thing that was in the stadium today. Because let's say it, they never had. There's nothing as big as ambition. Definitely not needed. There's none needed today. Hostile ground. Yep, makes it all the better one in there. It does. And the fact that they tried to make as much noise as they could the first half, and I think winning there 1-0. It'll give those young players such a buzz. It'll give this young team such a buzz. The tiffle was absolutely barking. It was, and I'm not even that exactly sure what it is. It was a kid on somebody's shoulders, but he was looking in towards. Anyway, yeah, the SFA do need to step in. The SFA need to do something because it can't go on. It can't go on. There's going to be one point where someone's going to get really badly. And let's face it, in this day and age, it's 2023. It's not 1983. No away fans, no problem. Yep, no away fans, no problem. Somebody actually said, do you think it was a cigar? And I said, well, Joe Hart would be as well sitting with a cigar. Anyway, the table is good. Yep, let's get a look at the table because we are sitting top of the league. Looking down on the Rangers. I'll put it up on my phone and then we can get it on the screen. I'll just see if I've got it. There we go. And the league has up. Oh, Hibs have got a point. Who were they playing today? My goodness. And there you go. Rangers are in fourth. It'll be hilarious if in the next couple of games, the likes of Ross County and Dundee can go above them. If that happens, Bill will be sacked. But there you look at it. Celtic are on 10 points. Motherwell are on 10 points. And Celtic have obviously got the better goal difference. And then you have St Mirren. Rangers are on 6 points, sitting in fourth place. Know your place. Let's get it up just for the banter. There we go. Look at that. Look how good that looks this evening. Look how good with that. Right, let's get some of the comments. Looking down on the Motherwell. Haha. Brendan is a winner. And at Celtic, we'll go much better under Brendan. Definitely showed his worth today, says Billy. But if you know football, you know, right, he was the right man for the job. Spinner. Yep, Brendan's done it before. This is a good one. Joseph says, hail, Baz, not slagging at our front line, just saying a wee bit of composure. Love the Celtic, just want to win all the time. You can have the good thing about Kyogo and any good striker. My throat is. I'm never going to last much longer on this. When you look at the chances that are missed by strikers, any good striker will miss 2 or 3 chances in the game, and he'll probably put away 2 or 3 chances. I mean, sure, Henrik Larsson missed some back in the day. Joint 5th with the Highlanders. Looks magic, does that. Didn't see Brendan with his notepad today. I don't think you needed to see Brendan with his notepad today because the players were doing exactly everything that was asked of them and everything that they do on the training pitch. It's like I said, go back and watch the Celtic videos of the Lennox town and watch how they're playing and training. And then watch the highlights of the game today. Oh, look who it is. Look how they played today, and it was absolutely brilliant. You need a fresh drink of Hun tears. Yep, I do that, and I think there'll be lots of them, lots of Hun tears over the next couple of weeks. Because let's look at the fixtures. We're now going to a national break, which was paramount that we won just purely for that. Come on. I'd quicker doing this on my laptop. You sober? Either daft or scant. Who, me? No idea what you're talking about. Right, anyway, their second was a genuine free kick. No, it wasn't a free kick. There you go, Yoon boy. What an absolute star. Take your wife out for a nice meal tonight. There we go. We'll get a couple of menu deals with that. For definite. Thank you for that, Yoon boy. They are raging. They're not good. See, when you looked at them, how's their 2-starred? Let me just see. Oh, I've never seen that one. Sorry about that. Archangel, bear on bear action in the crowd, awaiting the footage. Oh, they were not fighting each other. Surely. They were seriously fighting each other. Oh, my goodness. That just shows that no class whatsoever. No class whatsoever. Absolutely. Anyway, that's just unbelievable. He was pissed when he squared. Why? Let's get some more comments. Let's see. Union Bears were fighting. They were fighting with each other. Oh, it's even better. The meltdown. The meltdown is going to be unbelievable. The meltdown. That's right. Let's even get some more breaking Celtic news. Place to watch the Myra. Lam Sammers. Who cares? Michael Beale crying. What about that girl? We have to get that. We have to get her back on. Let's make her famous again. Let's get her from the Sevconian channel back on because it really did sound like she was crying. And we'll hear what.
The Derby game was winning. I think we started the game well. We obviously had a goal offside really quickly, and then I think it's a harsh VAR call that goes against us because Cyril's planted his foot on the floor. And the guy's kicked into the back of him, so I think it's really harsh. Having said that, after that, there's a lot of football to be played. We conceded a really poor goal from an error. And the second half we pushed and we had more opportunities than Celtic to get a result in today's game. We didn't, and it's hugely disappointing.
Wait for this. Listen to this one.
And we'll have to go away and come back a lot stronger in the coming months.
The timing of their goal too, did that add to the frustration in some way to go in behind at the break after having those opportunities in the first half like you touched on?
Yeah, because it's from a nothing moment.
She sounds like she's actually going to burst into tears crying. I feel sorry for her. Tall Cranes punters are noising up the other mob. Even better, love it. Even better. The Tall Cranes pub will be absolutely buzzing today. It's their own fault for supporting. It is that lot. She actually sounds like she's going to cry. We need to get her back on. We need to.
After having those opportunities in the first half, like you touched on.
Yeah, because it's from a nothing moment. It's a free header. It's not a great header, and we don't. Yeah, because it's from a nothing moment. It's a free header. It's not.
The timing of their goal too, did that add to the frustration in some way to go in behind at the break after having those opportunities in the first half like you touched on?
Michael, what happened? She's got COVID. She's probably got her COVID injections 2 for 1. Anyway, let's move on. The players need hearts and arms. Let them see them smash each other for a little while. I'm telling you, Baz, Michael Beale was under pressure. Their fans are raging. They are that. That was impressive. It was impressive today. It was an absolutely fantastic result. I think the way she is too funny, Lorna. She is. Listen to the wind. Jeez, we've got a bit of a storm coming. She sounds like she's really going to cry. Anyway, take a moment of silence for the Sevco wives. Let's bless ourselves like the Rangers players and have a moment of silence for the Rangers wives. Not a chance. Not a chance. We should have seen them warm up. Handshake got after it. She sounds like she's doing a speech after her parents' funeral. She does that. She does that. Right. Neil Lennon. Let's see. Neil Lennon being trolled. Chris Sutton's sorry, I've never seen that in the game. Obviously, we couldn't hear it in the pub. But seemingly Chris Sutton never misses an opportunity. And he gave Neil Lennon a bit of stick because he couldn't pronounce Gustav's name properly. He picked it up in commentary. Sutton says Lagerbeke. Never Lennon called him Lagerbeke. Anyway, Sutton's always up for a bit of banter. Sutton is always up for a bit of banter. If you haven't watched let's see how many thumbs up we've got first of all. We're sitting on 132 thumbs up. Some clip that. 20. Lagerbeke. Gustav. Do you think Gustav was poor, Stuart? I thought he was quite good. He had a couple of moments, but you've got to remember he's only 21-year-old. He's only 21-year-old. So the fact that we played with such a young team against them, and you know what was funny for me that on Sky beforehand they had to go back to the 1990s and show goals from the old Rangers against Celtic to show them dominating us, and that, when you think about it, shows how much we have dominated since 2020, since 2000. Really, if you look, we've completely dominated since 2000. Never mind since 2020, and when we lost to 10, we've completely. Their tears are brilliant. Yeah, they are. We have to be able to make a video with that. Gustav is sitting on the ball too long. Says Soapy, we need more of the Huntsburg Baz. Let's see if we can get one just for where she interviewed. Funnily enough, they've not done any very. We'll get the Tavernier one back on. Wait a minute, we need to get some. Now, like penalty bingo, we're going to play bingo. What's Tavernier's first comment after a very disappointing result? And I've just gave it away.
James, how did you reflect on that performance today?
Really disappointed.
Really disappointed.
Didn't get the result that we wanted.
No, you didn't.
Obviously, the goal that conceded. It's off nothing and it's poor, and we weren't clinical enough. So it's disappointing.
Nice.
And it's early in the season. So we as players have to put it right.
Yeah, was the timing of that goal frustrating too, given just going in at the break behind?
Obviously, it came just before half time. We obviously changed things at half time, and I thought we were more. We hit the ball quite a lot in the second half, but we weren't clinical enough in the final third.
What do you feel you need to build on as a squad moving forward from this now? Is
still
it a
looks
case
as if
of
she's
being more
gonna-
clinical
she sounds
and
like she's
taking
gonna
those
cry.
chances?
Yeah, we've got to win games. Simple as that.
And it's obviously into an international break now. How do you pick yourselves up over this period before the start of the league again after that break?
well, hopefully all the international lads going away can come back, fit and safe. And it's down to us boys who are still here to work really hard and put things right.
the guys that are still here, the guys that aren't international quality, have to work hard in training, and then their manager was also disappointed. We really need to start. It's not penalty bingo. She is almost greeting. She is almost greeting. It is absolutely hilarious. We'll need to do big Tav's disappointed, and the interviewer is almost crying down the microphone. Almost crying down the microphone. Anyway, let's see how many subscribers we currently have, because I want to get to 13,000 subscribers, and we're just a few off it as we speak. And remember, if you want to chat on the lives and you're not commenting, you have to be subscribed to. Oh, this has been worth it. We now have 12,954, so we need 46 subscribers between now and tomorrow to get to the big 13,000. So if you haven't subscribed, it's the only time I'm going to ask, because I want to get to the 13,000 so that I'm not disappointed, and so that we can go into the international break. And there won't be any international break on this channel, you know that. We will still talk about everything Celtic. Balak is bouncing even better. I'm subscribed. Make sure that you are all subscribed. And a big shout out to two absolute stars on the channel today. Bear on Bear action awaiting the footage. We're all awaiting the action for that. Archangel and Ewan Boy is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that, Ewan. Make sure you take your wife out for a nice meal tonight. Hail. Right. We have been online for 51 minutes. She's still crying. Yes, Paul, she is still crying. They are raging. I need to go and see some of their stuff. I mean, let's go on to, right, we missed one. Let's do some live comments from the South Korean fans. You're a joke. Never fails. I'm disappointed. Oh, wait a minute till you get the screen up. Right, let me hide that comment. It never fails. That's live reaction from the Rangers fans. So let's get some more. Love that. Yeah. Yes, love that. That. Well, yes. Love that. Absolutely love that. Yes. Absolutely love that. I never seen that on the telly. Can't wait for the day that he leaves the Tav fanboys and the Rangers captain, someone who has lost 30 odd Old Firm games. Old Firm died in 2012. They're disappointed. That is Jamie. Okay, let's make Jamie famous for a little bit. There go. They're crying. 4 points clear after 4 games. Well, we're 4 points clear of them, but we're still joint top of the table. Ralston's a decent player. Yeah, Ralston's a good squad player. He's not the quality that we need. He's good to come on when we get an injury, like what happened today. Toilet drinkers will be crying at their capers. Praying Saudi Pro League comes and offers 50 pence. Tav thrown under the bus. Played okay today. Beale is to blame. It has started. Beale is to blame for today. Always back Tav, but 3 seasons now we've lost so many unavoidable goals to comedy defending. He scores goals, but at the end of the day, it's his job. Another one of the passes, and we're doing nothing. Disappointing. Do the right thing and give up the armband. Is it too heavy for you? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the absolutely comedy gold that is coming out. Oh, yes, there we go. Obviously, the Celtic players have took to social media right after that game, which is brilliant. Really disappointed. I said it. This is the one. Really disappointed. The strangers will have new, Huntiers all over the place, and it would have been a completely different story if we lost the match, let's be honest. But the fact that we didn't, we kind of controlled it, and we had a really good day. The Bears are Beeling. I'm disappointed. Everyone's absolutely ripping him for being disappointed. Don't let the door. He's disappointed again. Hand the armband back. They are in meltdown. The meltdown has begun. I think I might have to jump over to Snide FM and do a little mince-take video of them in complete meltdown. Big shout out to 2 stars of the channel today, Archangel, Bear on Bear footage. I need to go and try and find some of that. And a big shout out to Ewan Boy Martin, who says I need to take the missus out. I'm sure she'll agree with that. Classic disappointing with Tav, but he's bound to be used to now. Tav has to be the best captain ever. James says, hey Baz, I saw some hun on TikTok looking like he swallowed 20 jellies. No idea. I'm not on TikTok. Well, I am, but I never go on it. Right, let's see if there's any more Celtic news kicking about. Brendan Rodgers placed me with Death Watch before beat Celtic Rangers. Yep, Brendan Rodgers has basically come out and said that the media had placed him on Death Watch. Death Watch. If he gets beat, he's out the door. He's going to get chased out by the fans. Let me just get this story up, because this is obviously Brendan been speaking to the media after the cameras have been switched off. Go to and accept. Let me get this story up. Brendan Rodgers spoke about being under intense media pressure going into Celtic's impressive 1-0 win at Ibrox today. Celtic went into the game on the back of a loss against Kilmarnock in the Vidplay Cup and a draw at home to St Johnstone, with lots of key players missing. But Brendan says, I understand I have been placed on Death Watch by the media. Sarcasm there is brilliant for Brendan. But whatever the result today, I'm an experienced manager. Now I'm staying calm. But that's what you need to do. We are powerless as a coach. For me, I understand what we have. I understand what we are missing in the games. Until we have got the level of player back that will make a difference to some of our games, we have to keep working hard and developing and improving what I have. Absolutely no doubt we will do that as the season grows, says Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers says, listen, it's 3 wins and a draw in the league, and we have some games that have been good. We're still piecing together a team which is starting to look more like it will at the end of the season, says Brendan also. Sevco were aggrieved at the VAR decision, and Gustav said that, look, it was a foul all day long. That is it. And on that note, it's absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant that we have went top of the league today, albeit on goal difference, but we beat them, and that was what was more important. The fact that we managed to beat them at their own ground with no away fans, intimidating as it was, with the team, let's face it, the team decimated by injuries just now, absolutely decimated. If they can't beat us at their worst, they will never, ever beat us at our best. Never beat us at our best. And that's the dog telling me to get off. Time for a walk. Right. Heard Beale's desperate stuff on Clyde. Brendan Rodgers should always make us smile. Right, that's it for this afternoon's video. Thank you to everyone that's joined the video this afternoon. 1-0. 1-0 to the girls just now. Even better. Kill myself. Cartwheel was a striker. Yep. Is that Motherwell game not finished? So we're top of the league on our own at the moment. That's even better then. That's even better. Right, on that note, it's been absolutely fantastic. Make sure you check out the Celtic News video tomorrow morning. That'll be interesting. Make sure that you also check out the live tomorrow evening. That's where the banter's going to... It's probably going to be the back of 5 Celtic Parks time, just so that I don't clash with too much things. Probably be another hour's episode. So make sure that you come in and join for that, and we'll have some giggles. Absolutely some giggles. We did it in style today. We did it in absolute style. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. 398 still online. Thank you to everyone Sanju, thank you to everyone for watching. On that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans.